Muslim conquests on the Indian subcontinent mainly took place from the 12th to the 16th centuries, though earlier Muslim conquests made limited inroads into modern Afghanistan and Pakistan as early as the time of the Rajput kingdoms in the 8th century. With the establishment of the Delhi Sultanate, Islam spread across large parts of the subcontinent. In 1204, Bakhtiar Khilji led the Muslim conquest of Bengal, marking the easternmost expansion of Islam at the time. Prior to the rise of the Maratha Empire, which was followed by the conquest of India by the British East India Company, the Muslim Mughal Empire was able to annex or subjugate most of India's kings. However, it was never able to conquer the kingdoms in upper reaches of the Himalayas, such as the regions of today's Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Nepal and Bhutan, the extreme south of India such as Travancore and Tamil Nadu, and in the east such as the Ahom Kingdom in Assam. Early Muslim communities. Islam in India existed in communities along the Arab coastal trade routes in Sindh, Bengal, Gujarat, Kerala, and Ceylon as soon as the religion originated, and had early gained widespread acceptance in the Arabian Peninsula, being brought over by merchants, Sufis and missionaries, who oftentimes settled down and intermarried with the local women, adopting local customs. The first incursion by the new Muslim successor states of the Arab world occurred around 636 CE or 643 AD, during the Rashidun Caliphate, long before any Arab army reached the frontier of India by land. Arab naval expeditions. Uthman b. Abul al-Saqifa, governor of Bahrain and Oman, sent out ships to raid Thane, near modern-day Mumbai, while his brother Hakam sailed to Broach and a third fleet sailed to Dabhol under his younger brother Mufira, either in 636 CE or 643 AD. According to one source, all three expeditions were successful. However, in other source states Mufira was defeated and killed at Dabhol. These expeditions were sent without the Caliph Umar's consent, and he rebuked Uthman, saying that had the Arabs lost any men, the Caliph would have killed an equal number of men from Utham's tribe in retaliation. The expeditions were sent to attack pirate nests, to safeguard Arabian trade in the Arabian Sea, and not to start the conquest of India. Rashidun Caliphate and the India frontier. The kingdoms of Kapisa, Gandhara, Zabulistan and Sindh, all of which were culturally and political part of India since ancient times, were known as the frontier of Al-Hind. The first clash between a ruler of an Indian kingdom and the Arabs took place in 643 AD, when Arab forces defeated Rubil, king of Zabulistan in Sistan. Arabs led by Suhail b. Abdi and Hakam al-Tahilbi defeated an Indian army in the Battle of Razil in 644 AD at the Indian Ocean sea coast, then reached the Indus River. Caliph Umar ibn al-Khattab denied him permission to cross the river or operate on Indian soil, and the Arabs returned home. Abdullah ibn Amir led the invasion of Khorasan in 650 AD, and his general Rabi b. Ziyad al-Harithi attacked Sistan and took Zaranj and surrounding areas in 651 AD, while Arnif ibn Qais conquered the Hephthalites of Herat in 652 AD, and advanced up to Balkh by 653 AD. Arab conquest now bordered the kingdoms of Kapisa, Zabul and Sindh. The Arabs levied annual tributes on the newly captured areas, and leaving 4,000 men garrisons at Mervin's Zaranj retired to Iraq instead of pushing on against the frontier of India. Caliph Uthman b. Affan sanctioned an attack against Makran in 652 AD, and sent a recon mission to Sindh in 653 AD. The mission described Makran as inhospitable, and Caliph Uthman, probably assuming the country beyond was much worse, forbade any further incursions into India. This was the beginning of a prolonged struggle between the rulers of Kabul and Zabul against successive Arab governors of Sistan, Khorasan and Makran. The Kabul Shahi kings and their Zambil kinsmen blocked access to the Khyber Pass and Gomal Pass routes into India from 653 to 870 AD, while modern Balochistan, Pakistan, comprising the areas of Kekan or Kekanan, Nukan, Turun, Bukhan, Kufs, Mashki and Makran, would face several Arab expeditions between 661–711 AD. The Arabs launched several raids against these frontier lands, but repeated rebellions in Sistan and Khorasan between 653–691 AD diverted much of their military resources in regaining these provinces and away from expansion into Al-Hind. Muslim control of these areas ebbed and flowed repeatedly as a result until 870 AD. Arabs' troops disliked being stationed in Makran, and was reluctant to campaign in Kabul and Zabulistan. The difficult terrain and underestimation of Zambil's power, Arab strategy to extract tribute instead of systematic conquest, and the fierce resistance of Zambil and Turkish Shah stalled Arab progress repeatedly in the frontier zone. Umayyad expansion in Al-Hind. Muawiyah established Umayyad rule over the Arabs after the first fitna in 661 AD, and resumed expansion of the Muslim Empire. After 663–665 AD, the Arabs launched an invasion against Kapasar, Zabul and what is now Pakistani Balochistan. Abdurrahman b. Samarra besieged Kabul in 663 AD, while Haris b. Marra advanced against Kalat after marching through Fanazabur and Kondabil and moving through the Bolan Pass. King Chach of Sindh sent an army against the Arabs. The enemy blocked the mountain passes, Haris was killed and his army was annihilated. Al-Muhallab ibn Abisufra took a detachment through the Khyber Pass towards Multan in southern Punjab in modern-day Pakistan in 664 AD, then pushed south into Kekan, and may have also raided Kondabil. Turkish Shah and Zambil expelled Arabs from their respective kingdoms by 670 AD, and Zambil began assisting in organizing resistance in Makran. Battles in Makran and Zabulistan. Arabs launched several campaigns in eastern Balochistan between 661–681 AD. 4 Arab commanders were killed during the campaigns, but Sanar b. Salma managed to conquer parts of Makran including the Chagai area, and establish a permanent base of operations in 673 AD. Rashid b. Amra, the next governor of Makran, subdued Mashki in 672 AD. Munzir b. Jarud al-Abadi managed to garrison Kekan and conquer Bukhan by 681 AD, while Ibn Hari al-Bahili conducted several campaigns to secure the Arab hold on Kekan, Makran and Bukhan by 683 AD. Zambil saw off Arab campaigns in 668, 672 and 673 AD by paying tribute. Although Arabs occupied the areas south of Helmand in 673 AD permanently, Zambil defeated Yazid b. Salm's army in 681 AD at Junza, and Arabs had to pay 500,000 dirhams to ransom their prisoners. But the Arabs defeated and killed Zambil in Sistan in 685. The Arabs were defeated in Zabul and next invaded Zabul in 693 AD. Al-Hajjaj in the east. Al-Hajjaj ibn Yusuf al-Thaqifi, who had played a crucial role during the second fitna for the Umayyad cause, was appointed the governor of Iraq in 694 AD, further extended to Khorasan and Sistan in 697 AD. Al-Hajjaj also sponsored Muslim expansion in Makran, Sistan, Transoxiana and Sindh. Campaigns in Makran and Zabul. Arab hold on Makran had weakened when Arab rebels seized the province, and Hajjaj had to send 3 governors between 694–707 AD before Makran was partially recovered by 694 AD. Al-Hajjaj also fought Zambil in 698 AD and 700 AD. The 20,000-strong army led by Ubaydullah ibn Abu Bakr was trapped by the armies of Zambil and Turkish Shah near Kabul, and lost 15,000 men to thirst and hunger, earning this force the epithet of the Doomed Army. Abd al-Rahman ibn Muhammad ibn al-Asharath led 20,000 troops each from Kufa and Basra in a cautious but successful campaign in 700 AD. But when he wanted to stop during winter, al-Hajjaj's insulting rebuke led to mutiny. The mutiny put down by 704 and al-Hajjaj granted a 7-year truce to Zambil Umayyad expansion in Sindh. Raja Dahir of Sindh had refused to return Arab rebels from Sindh, and furthermore, Meds and others. Meds shipping from their bases at Kutch, Dabal and Kathiawar, in one of their raids had kidnapped Muslim women traveling from Sri Lanka to Arabia, thus providing a casus belli against Sindh Raja Dahir when Raja Dahir expressed his inability to help retrieve the prisoners. After 2 expeditions were defeated in Sindh, al-Hajjaj equipped an army built around 6,000 Syrian cavalry and detachments of Mawali from Iraq. 6,000 camel riders, and a baggage train of 3,000 camels under his nephew Muhammad bin Qasim to Sindh. His artillery of 5 catapults were sent to Dabal by sea. Conquest of Sindh. Muhammad bin Qasim departed from Shiraz in 710 CE. The army marched along the coast to Tiaz in Makran, then to the Ketch Valley. Muhammad resubdued the rest of towns of Falatsbur and Armabil, finally completing the conquest of Makran. Then the army met up with the reinforcements and catapults sent by sea near Dabal and took Dabal through assault. From Dabal the Arabs moved north along the Indus, clearing the region up to Buddha. Some towns like Naran and Sajizan surrendered peacefully, while tribes inhabiting Sisam were defeated in battle. Muhammad bin Qasim moved back to Naran to resupply and receive reinforcements sent by Hajjaj. The Arabs crossed the Indus further south and defeated the army of Dahir, who was killed. The Arabs then marched north along the east bank of the Indus after the siege and capture of Roya. Brahmanabad, then Alor and finally Multan, were captured alongside other in-between towns with only light Muslim casualties. Arabs marched up to the foothills of Kashmir along the Jhelum in 713 AD, and the stormed on al-Kharaj. Muhammad was deposed after the death of Caliph Walid in 715 AD. Jai Singh, son of Dahir, captured Brahmanabad, and Arab rule was restricted to the western shore of Indus. Sindh was briefly lost to the Caliph when the rebel Yazid b. Mahalab took over Sindh briefly in 720 AD. Last Umayyad campaigns in Al-Hind. Junayd b. Abd al-Rahman al-Mari became the governor of Sindh in 723 AD. Secured Dabal, then defeat and killed Jai Singh, secured Sindh and southern Punjab, and stormed al-Kharaj in 724 AD. Junayd next attacked a number of Hindu kingdoms in what is now Rajasthan, Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, aiming at permanent conquest. But the chronology and area of operation of the campaigns during 725-743 AD is difficult to follow because accurate, complete information is lacking. The Arabs moved east from Sindh in several detachments and probably from attacks from both the land and the sea, occupying Miamad, al-Mandal or Marwar, and Arnaj, not identified, al-Balaman and Juz, and attacking Barwas, sacking Valabha, the temple of Somnath. Gurdjara King Saluka repelled Arabs from Stravani and Vala, probably the area north of Jaisalmer and Jodhpur, and the invasion of Malwa, but were ultimately defeated by Nagabata I in 725 AD near Ujjain. Arabs lost control over the newly conquered territories in Sindh due to Arab tribal infighting and Arab soldiers deserting the newly conquered territory during in 731 AD. Al-Hakam b. Awana al-Kalbi recovered Sindh, and in c. 733 AD, founded the garrison city of Al-Mahfuza, similar to Kufa, Basra and Warzit, on the eastern side of a lake near Brahmanabad. Hakam next attempted to reclaim the conquests of Junayd and Al-Hind. Arab records merely state that he was successful. Indian records at Navasari details that Arab forces defeated Kakela, Saindava, Saurashtra, Kavotaka, Maurya and Gurjara kings. The city of Al-Manshura was founded near Al-Mafuzza to commemorate pacification of Sindh by Amrabi Muhammad in c. 738 AD. Al-Hakam next invaded the Deccan in 739 AD with the intention of permanent conquest, but was decisively defeated at Navsari by the viceroy of Anajanashra Yar Pulaksai of the Chalukyan Empire serving Vikramaditya II. Arab rule was restricted to the west of Thar Desert. Last days of Caliphate control. When the Abbasid revolution overthrew the Umayyads in 750 AD after the Third Fitna, Sindh became independent and was captured by Musa b. Kab al-Tamimi in 752 AD. Zambil had defeated the Arabs in 728 AD, and saw of two Abbasid invasions in 769 and 785 AD. Abbasids attacked Kabul several times and collected tribute between 787 and 815 AD and extracted tribute after each campaign. Abbasid governor of Sindh, Hisham raided Kashmir, recaptured parts of Punjab from Kakota control, and launched naval raids against ports of Gujarat in 758 and 770 AD, which, like other Abbasid naval raids launched of 776 and 779 AD, gained no territory. Arabs occupied Sindhian in 810 AD, only to lose it in 841 AD. Civil war erupted in Sindh in 842 AD, and the Habari dynasty occupied Manchura, and by 871, 5 independent principalities emerged, with the Banu Habari clan controlling in Manchura, Banu Manabi occupying Multan, Banu Maidan ruling in Makran, with Makshi and Tarun falling to other rulers, all outside direct caliphate control. Ismaili missionaries found a receptive audience among both the Sunni and non-Muslim populations in Multan, which became a center of the Ismaili sect of Islam. The Safarid dynasty of Zaranj occupied Kabul and the kingdom of Zambil permanently in 871 AD. A new chapter of Muslim conquest began when the Samanid dynasty took over the Safarid kingdom and Sabuk Tijen seized Ghazni.